words may be the best kept secret of Christmas. The letters that we write, the cards that we write, and the phrases that we speak can, or should, be even more important than the items that we purchase and the packages that we carefully wrap. Once you discover the importance of words, you might spend less time sweating over the correct gift to buy and give more energy to crafting what to say or what to write. Jesus' own words should make us pause and ponder the power of words at Christmas and all year long. In John's Gospel, chapter 15, verse 11, he says to his followers, "I have told you this to make you as completely happy as I am." It's one thing to feel happy for a fleeting moment. It's quite another to have Jesus' own joy coursing inside of you. Not only to taste happiness, but to experience fullness of joy. So how does that happen? How can we get that joy? How does this complete happiness that Jesus speaks of become ours? How does his happiness come to dwell in us and empower and fill us? The answer, he says, is the wonder of words. Words are God's means of passing joy from one person to another. Our human lives are overflowing with words. We encounter and produce tens of thousands of words every single day, to the point that we take their function and their power for granted. I think it would be good for us maybe to use an exercise to actually marvel at the power of words, to stop and think of the impact that our words have on others. In John 17, verse 13, Jesus is speaking to his Father, and he prays for his disciples in this way: "I am on my way to you, but I say these things while I am still in the world, so that my followers will have the same complete joy that I do." Amazing words. All the things Jesus said were not just that we would have joy, but that his own joy in his Father might be in each of us. It's almost too magnificent to contemplate, and if Jesus himself had not said it, we would not presume it to be true, would we? But Jesus really does mean to share his own joy with us. And he does so through words. He desires that his followers hear and receive his words and feed their soul on those words. And Jesus models for us how we can pass his joy on to others, both at Christmas time and all year round. As joy fills and expands in one's soul, it rises to the level of bursting. The vocal cords sound, the lips and the teeth, they begin to move, and the words pour out. Invisible words pass from one to another. One person's joy feeds another person, not just from Jesus to us, but from others to us, and from us to others. And all of this through the use of words. If we weren't so familiar with words and were to learn about their power for the very first time, it would sound magical, the influence that we can have with words. And it gets even better as we draw from our own full tank of joy and transmit through words that joy to fill another person's tank. Our own joy doesn't go down but up. Praise not only expresses but completes the enjoyment, the author C.S. Lewis once said. If we stay quiet about what makes us happiest, we don't preserve our happiness. Our hearts don't stay full by keeping the lid on them. When our joy inspires us to express our happiness in understandable words, which, by the way, can be hard work, our joy actually increases and completes our enjoyment. Giving ourselves to the effort it takes to carefully say or write it both sweetens our delight and makes it more contagious, which actually ought to make us want to tell others not just that we are happy, but why we are happy. Perhaps we shouldn't be surprised that words hold such power. Yes, words can be used for spreading discontent and to hurt others and ruin not just Christmas, but in some cases people's whole lives. Words are valuable for sharing joy and making others happy. After all, when God himself reaches into our world to communicate to us through his Son, he calls him the Word in 1 John 1:1. God's word in and through Jesus to us is so rich and deep and full and personal that what he sent is not just an invisible word, but a word person. God has spoken to us, not just through prophets and apostles, but by his one and only Son. Jesus is the very embodiment, a climactic expression of what God has to say to humanity. In his first advent, the Word became flesh, that the very joy of God, the eternal, unquenchable, unshakable, might become our joy. That word, his words, and our words about him are the greatest gift of Christmas. So let's learn the secrets that are even more valuable than anything we can wrap in paper. The joy we can capture in words, whether written or spoken, will help fill others with the sweetest delight a soul can taste. That is Jesus' own fullness of joy.